back again at 24 Hour Fitness in Upland, California. Weightlifting workout is finished. Yesterday I was going live during my workout, but of course they play music here at 24 Hour Fitness, and then YouTube gave me a couple of, not strikes, but they said that the video can't be monetized and whatnot, and that's okay. Monetization is not necessarily the 100% goal here. But, so once again, it was back in biceps today. Had a good workout. And now I finish it up with the 30 laps. You know what I mean? Hope everybody's having a great week. Hope everybody's having a productive week. It's Thursday already. The week is flying by, and so is the year. All right? Thanks for joining me, by the way. Yeah, you can see I got my dark goggles on today. I love it. All right, so today we're going to go deep, all right? Yesterday we talked about stoicism and, putting forth the effort to keep yourself healthy. Today we're going to talk about the philosophy of rational objectivism, and more specifically, parenting with the philosophy of rational objectivism in mind. That objectivists hold most important in life, primary, to be successful in life. You can hold reason, purpose, and self-esteem. Reason being that man is the rational animal, and your gray matter up here between your ears is your tool of survival. So of course that's of primary importance. Reason and rationality, not rationalization, rationality. Purpose basically means freedom, because my purpose may be to build biometrics and to be a good parent to my children and to be a good person overall. But someone else is free to choose, everyone else is free to choose whatever purpose they want to have for themselves and for their lives. That's the essence of freedom. And my purpose may not be your purpose, but I'll defend your right to define your life as you wish to define it. We're free. and self-esteem. Self-esteem being the equal combination of self-efficacy, meaning I can provide for myself materially. Money, that's right. Success, material success. And that's called self-efficacy. And self-worth, which is I deserve, or the understanding that one deserves to have a good life. One deserves to live, which means to be happy. Not just to live, not just to continue breathing and eating and using the bathroom and sleeping, but to be happy, to be fulfilled in one's life, to have fulfillment in one's life. And it's my goal as a parent to see my children to individuation, so that they form their own lives, they develop their own sense of purpose based on their own values. Hopefully their values are close to the objectivist values. And to help them become hopefully responsible adults and live on their own. But I do so through the principles of rational objectivism. I highly recommend one read of course, Ayn Rand, but not just Ayn Rand. There are several authors. In fact, I can't think. His name doesn't come to mind right now. Leonard Peikoff. He's got a very good. Dr. Leonard Peikoff has a very good book on objectivism, and of course, Ayn Rand, Introduction to Objectivist Ethics, and the Virtue of Selfishness. I purchased The Virtue of Selfishness in 1984 when I was overseas, and I just thought that the title would make it a very interesting conversation starter for my book collection. I didn't realize that that book was my introduction to rational objectivism, and that it would be as life-changing for me as it was. But let me continue my swim, and we're going to continue talking when I get back. Okay, back to basics. What are the primaries? Reason, purpose, self-esteem. What are the intended virtues? What are the virtues that I expect to develop in myself as a rational objective to develop themselves as they become rational, individualized adults? Well, it would be independence, honesty, integrity, justice, productiveness, and pride. And we're going to visit all of those later. But right now, we'll stick with the principles, the primaries: reason, purpose, and self-esteem. Well, reason is a given, because if you don't think, you're not going to survive. So as my children and as anyone's children grow and develop, they're going to develop, hopefully, a passion for learning and understanding. My children do not have my permission to be stupid. My children do not have my permission to deliberately remain uneducated when they have the means to educate themselves. And in other words, you don't have my permission to be an ignoramus, right? I don't surround myself with people who flout their capacity to reason and who do not feed their intelligence the way their intelligence should be fed. Those people tend to become evil. You know, I've heard it said that the idle mind is the devil's workshop, and this is true, especially for intelligent people, people who are highly intelligent and don't challenge their mind, don't expand, don't push their edges, right? Don't learn and grow constantly. They tend to waste their intelligence on being second-handers and trying to manipulate people. And then those people become one's God, one's end, instead of trying to conquer the things in life, instead of being a creative individual. And creativity is kind of near and dear to my heart as an artist. So it's kind of near and dear to my heart as one of the things I'd like to promote in my kids as well. But yeah, that's enough for now. I don't want to get too cold in this water. Let me hit another lap. Where did we touch on? Yeah, reason, purpose. Oh, and self-esteem. Yeah, let me touch on that before I go. Self-esteem. Okay, self-esteem is a combination, the equal combination of self-efficacy and self-worth. Well, we already talked about that. Self-efficacy being I can provide for myself. I'm smart. I can work. I can run a business. I can produce. I can materially produce. That's called self-efficacy. And then self-worth is I deserve. The understanding that you deserve, that you are here because God wants you to be here, and God wants you to be alive and therefore happy. And rational person pursues rationally selfish objective of happiness, right? And you want to instill that self-esteem in your children by allowing them to earn a sense of pride. Pride is the feeling that results from setting standards of behavior for yourself and then living up to those standards. That's why you always see me here in the gym with my son Kai, right? Because you learn to develop a healthy sense of pride from setting up the standard of behavior for yourself to get your ass in the gym and work out. And then you live up to that standard by actually working out, and you reap the results of having a state of robust good health, living in a state of robust good health, right? Reason, purpose, self-esteem being self-efficacy and self-worth, a combination of the two, right? I'll be back. getting through the touchy-feely of establishing a sense of pride and self-worth. Back to efficacy. You owe it to yourself to make yourself as efficacious as possible. Look up efficaciousness, efficacy, self-efficacy. In other words, you need to be able to accomplish that which you set out for yourself to accomplish. And school is a good place to start to get the education and the training that you need. You know, you can go the traditional route of a university education, which I highly recommend. A liberal arts education is important, even if it's not connected to how you make money. It's still important to have a liberal arts education, to be a balanced human being, to understand a little bit about human psychology and sociology and anthropology, to learn as much history as you can. Of course, being an engineer, I'm going to definitely push you in the STEM direction, especially with reference to self-efficacy, because the STEM fields are going to give you what you need in today's world, especially now as we are more and more reliant upon technology. And I hire people, but I don't hire people based on, you know, them having a degree in gender studies or, you know, African American studies or anything like that, although these are very interesting classes to take, and I have taken them myself when I studied in college. But I hire people based on their ability to be good in electronics, engineering, hydraulics, pneumatics, chemistry, digital electronics, digital communication. The most creative arts-oriented field I would hire for would be webmaster or video developer or video editor, right? But there you have it. And even those are technical fields. But the technology, especially digital technology, especially the internet, technology dealing with the internet and computers, this technology is advancing so fast that they can't find people to fill the jobs. So you can always find training in STEM or in anything that has to do with web development or networking or anything that has to do with computer technology or computer science. And to major in computer science, wherever you study, be it a junior college or university, is always a good bet. Yeah, but of course the choice is yours. But whatever you study, and that's going straight out to my kids especially. And you can't really... Who is this? Nope. I am swimming. Not while I'm swimming. You got to make time for yourself, and you have to protect the time that you set out to take care of your health. And if I want to spend the whole damn morning in the gym, then I get to spend the whole damn morning in the gym, and nobody can stop me. But you can't really preach integrity without walking the walk. And I do walk the walk. I've always studied, even when I was enlisted in the Air Force. I came out with my associate's degree. When I was overseas, I studied at the University of Maryland on base in Torrejon Air Force Base in Spain, which is now closed. Shout out to the veterans from TJ. And at the University of Madrid, the Universidad Complutense de Madrid, Facultad de Bellas Artes del San Fernando. Yes, Bellas Artes is the same art school that Pablo Picasso studied at, that his father taught at in Madrid, and I studied there. I studied art. I had to pay out of my own pocket because although Uncle Sam did pay the majority of the tuition for attending University of Maryland courses on base, they didn't pay for me to attend the University of Madrid. But my experience in becoming a University of Madrid student and getting that university ID card in addition to my military ID card and my Spanish military ID card, it really opened up my experience while I was stationed in Spain. And I experienced it in a way that I think I experienced a lot of things that a lot of my contemporaries who were serving alongside of me in the military, in the Air Force, didn't experience, right? And besides, I met a lot of women that I wouldn't have met hanging around on base or even around the base. It's a whole different vibe. But I've always stayed close to university education. Oh my goodness, San Antonio College, Los Angeles City College, Valley College. I studied film at Los Angeles City College. Shout out to all of my friends, Maurice, shout out to Sincere, shout out to all of the film school graduates at LACC. Shout out to all of the members of Mokiti, men of color in the industry, brothers that I have been producing film and video product. And some people are doing music here in Southern California and the LA area for several years. And then, of course, Cal State Los Angeles, right? Shout out to Cal State LA. That's where I did the bulk of my study most recently in the business program. And I'm going to be going back there. In fact, I'm going to be attending school with my son. My son Kai is now a senior at Upland High. And that's the important thing. I'm able to raise Kai with the Lockett values and the values of a rational objectivist and a person who takes pride in improving his knowledge, right? Improving himself with an education. So that kind of brings it all in the full circle. At least enough for me to finish this lap, this next lap. I want to give a shout out to all my family and friends in New Orleans, all my peeps, and everybody in Pontchartrain Park, and everybody who benefited from NORD, the New Orleans Recreational Department. Those of us who are old enough to remember NORD, and they provided for us swimming pools. Swimming was always a part of my life from childhood. And as hot as it gets in New Orleans, believe me, standing in those long lines and waiting to get into the public pool is a must. It was a must in the summertime in New Orleans. And we had a couple of pools. We had a number of swimming pools that we could go to. And they say brothers don't swim, but au contraire, when I grew up in New Orleans, au contraire, a lot of the peeps from the hood knew how to swim and know how to swim. And then, of course, I grew up in Pontchartrain Park, right across the golf course from Southern University in New Orleans. Shout out to Suno. So I snuck into the swimming pool at Suno and UNO, University of New Orleans, many a times throughout my youth before I went into the military. So these old habits die hard. To me, the goal is to be a producer, one of the people who raises us up into a human mode of existence, either from the invention of products or services or improvements upon the way things are done. Creativity is the goal. Creativity is my passion. From childhood, I was always an artist, and I'm still an artist, and I consider myself, but an artist of business, and I like to create in the physical reality of the world. And if you are fulfilling your every day is Saturday, every day is a fun day of energetic love and creativity. And to me, I think that's the goal. But, you know, everyone is free to form their own purpose and have their own goal. Take my words with a grain of salt, if you will. This is so much fun. I'm spoiled. I'm able to spend the entire morning in the gym. What do I feel like today? There he is. All right. Yeah. Just about done now.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
You got enough time?
Yeah. I gotta go to Beverly Hills anyway, so.
You gotta get down there early.
You gotta get that mail.
Huh?
I gotta get my mail.
Okay.
Yeah. My business mail. Then is balance. The balance between work and exercise and rest and nourishment, supplementation and sleep. Sleep is very important. And recreation. And the things that can help you along the way are the holistic supplements that I talk about a lot on the Biomed RX TV YouTube channel and on the Devin Lockett channels as well. Haritaki, Kadukai Podi, which is a dried fruit of the Terminalia chibula plant from India, from Asia. Bentonite clay, zeolite, diatomaceous earth, black seed oil, blackstrap molasses, ormus, monatomic gold, biomagnetism, of course, which is, my practice. Yesterday was International Biomagnetism Day. Shout out to the doctors Goys, David and Moises, who I personally know, and the late, great Dr. Isaac Goys Duran, the inventor of biomagnetic paratherapy. And shout out to the Othmers, Dr. Siegfried Othmer and Kurt Othmer, the neurodiagnostic equipment maintenance. Anyway, getting a little bit too much into business. I got a few more laps to do.
How many laps?
26.
26?
Are you done?
Huh?
Are you done?
I just started. How about you? You just starting too? You just gonna start?
Are you started?
Oh. You had to get warmed up first over there, huh?
I gotta
Get that blood circulating.
I have to get my burritos from my daughter.
Huh?
I have to get my burritos from my daughter.
All right. Burrito.
Pero eso es burrito con salsa.
Mexicano burritos.
Con salsa.
Yep, con salsa.
Give me some salsa, man. What kind of salsa? You want
Green or
ketchup?
red?
You want ketchup? I don't want
Green or
ketchup.
red? Huh?
And then she put some ketchup. I was asking for
Ketchup? What the heck?
I was asking for ketchup. I want some salsa, some mexicano.
Ketchup.
Going on. She's going this way. You don't have to leave. You can stay. You don't follow me. Maybe you follow this guy.
The frog man, where's he at? Bullfrog.
Hi, man.
Where you going? I thought that was my leg.
I'm going to pee you up here.
You gonna leave me over there?
I'm going to pee you. Yeah, no. I leave this race to be speedy or something right
Huh?
now.
You stay right here?
Yeah, you go there. Okay. You go right there.
All right, thank you.
It's actually a pretty lazy endeavor for the casual observer from the outside.
You want to do you? I hope you're not so.
I don't rush from one exercise to the next. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I spend half the day here no matter what. You know?
This comes first.
It's a luxury, you know? It's a luxury. Be able to take care of your health. To be able to spend so many hours of the day taking care of your health. People ask me, why do I talk about things like pride when pride is supposed to be a sin, right? Or pride is supposed to come before the fall. But if you understand pride as the feeling that results from setting standards of behavior for yourself and living up to those standards, and not the pride that comes from being pride in one's race or whatever, something that you didn't do, then that's foolish pride. That's foolishness. That's not an earned sense of pride. And the same thing goes for selfishness. Devin, why would you encourage your kids to be selfish? Well, to understand rational selfishness, to understand that one has the right to live and one has the right to be happy, which means one has the right to be happy, which means one has the right to pursue rational objectives, rational goals, one's own objectives. You're going to need the consensus and the help of other people, and therefore you're going to need their respect. You're going to need the respect of other people. So you cannot go through life representing yourself as a dishonest person, or as a subjectively selfish person, or as an unfair person, or as a person that's disrespectful, a person who doesn't respect anything, a person who doesn't respect themselves. You don't want to go through life as a person that people cannot trust, and because you won't be able to accomplish anything. You won't be able to achieve any of your values, right? You won't be able to achieve any of your values that way. So being rational, thinking, and being rationally selfish will naturally bring you to become a person of integrity, to be a person that I would like to instill in my children. Hopefully you too. Yes. I'm gonna do a few more laps. Why not? Doesn't quite feel like 30 yet. Right? Of course, everyone knows that I have a close relationship with my youngest, Kai. I spend a lot of time with him. Spend a lot of time online with him. He's a chip off the old block. And a true sense of self-worth is something that has to be nurtured into a child from young. If a child is gaslit to believe that the purpose of their life is to serve and entertain the adults in their life, then they could grow up losing a sense. They can grow up without an essential part of the foundation of self-worth that it takes to function as an adult. And when you try to instill that in someone after childhood, then it's very, very challenging. It's very challenging indeed. That represented, not like the military did anything, it just represented my seizing, my individuation, my seizing control over my own life, and then, deciding how to form my own, how to forge my own path from there. Individuation, and it brings us full circle to what we're talking about. Shout out to Kathy Green, my former classmate. I know that you're a counselor, and Nicole, and there are a few counselors that are in my friends group. Shout out to all you guys, my fellow mental health professionals. Give commentary about our government, especially now that we're at the end of the video, toward the end of the video, because that means they would have had to watch me go through all of my laps in order to find something to snag me on right now. But yes, the commies are trying to take over, and it's very unfortunate that we have these weather phenomenon right now. I mean, we're still in the 100s in the afternoon with the temperature here in Southern California. So I can totally understand the vicious hurricane season that we're having right now, because summer is not letting go, baby. So it's going to be pretty intense. I am a poll worker supervisor. I'm a supervisor at the polls, and so I look forward to helping people in the process of casting their vote this election on November 5th. I don't think I can go live from inside the polling station, but I do intend on going live, or at least video recording some things that happen in there. Outside. I'm sorry, outside the polling place before I go in. What else? Vote, right? Vote. No matter who you vote for, it is your duty. Well, it's not your duty, but it is a privilege. It is a privilege to be able to cast ballots for the people who represent you in government. Where was I? Oh yeah, backstroke. Be back. I'll be back. I'll be back when I finish this backstroke. All right. Last minute words of advice. You're never going to establish a solid sense of self-worth if you're a liar, if you go through life lying and manipulating people to try to get your whatever it is needs met. Because everyone has a conscience. No one really wants to be a bad person, even bad people, right? That's why I like good movies that have character depth, because even the villain is motivated by something that the villain considers to be a good cause, and that's and everyone has a conscience of sort, and that conscience would act against you. It would eat away at your sense of self-worth, and then when it's time for you to accept your blessings, you're going to do subconscious or maybe even conscious things to push them away, to push them out of your life. So don't be evil, right? Don't be evil, because there's no future in it. Last 2 laps. For those who have been counting, right? This is 29 and 30. Thank you for joining me once again. It's good to be going live and bring this with you. And just remember, if you had time to watch me swim for an hour, you could have got your ass to the gym and swam yourself. Have a great day. Stay kind, because kind is the new sexy. Stay